witches, I'm AD. Welcome to my channel. I wanted to make this video because I've been having a lot of issues with this myself lately, and the fact that I am a pagan, I do practice witchcraft, and not a lot of people understand what that means, but also the fact that I'm not very comfortable with sharing it with people. People that I know or my family members, I'm really hesitant about saying this to them because I'm afraid of what's going to come out of it, what they're going to actually say about it. My boyfriend has been encouraging me to share my channel with people that I know, a lot of friends, maybe not so much family members, but with that comes the idea of telling my family members that I have a channel, not only that I have a channel, but also the fact that I have a channel about pagan witchcraft. It's such a scary concept because I'm still working on getting comfortable with being in front of the camera. I'm usually the person behind the camera. I work in the film industry, and I'm the one that's like, no, I'm not going to be in front of the camera. You want me to be in the background? No, get somebody else, because I normally am that person that's just like, oh, I'm going to shoot this, I'm going to shoot that, all of that stuff. So this is my first time actually being in front of the camera in a really, really long time, and actually trying to work on my comfortability. So this is just a starting point for me. I plan on going so much further with this channel, and I plan on sharing it with people, but I don't know if I'm comfortable with sharing it with everyone right now. So there's this question of, oh, well, you have a YouTube channel and you're sharing it with a bunch of people around the world. So that's a little different. This is such a niche area, and it's such a niche area in YouTube that I know that there are people that are like me that would also be interested in watching my videos, whereas people that I know are not necessarily interested in paganism, so therefore wouldn't necessarily understand where I'm coming from or why I'm even like making this channel in general. Whereas people on YouTube, people like you guys, are amazing, and you are part of the pagan community, and you want to be a part of my journey as well as my journey towards helping you guys. So that's more understandable in my sense. To other people, it may not make any sense at all. So I totally, thinking of that while I'm making these videos also scares me and deters me from actually being able to show people that I know. So there's this whole like in my head right now. But not only that, so a little bit more about me. I grew up as a Christian. I grew up with my family being in the Christian faith. I had a christening, I had Bible study, I had, Christian camp and confirmation and all of that stuff. And as I was growing up, I really didn't think anything of it. It was me and my family and everybody in my family coming together, and that was the way that we came together with our church functions or gatherings. I still have so much fun with my family on these gatherings because of the fact that it just brings everybody together. Ever since I was a little kid, though, I've always been the different one. I've always been the black sheep. I've been the one that, wears black clothes and makeup and listens to, punk rock and those other songs that, they don't understand. Or, I have a different accent from my family because I grew up more in the suburbs, whereas most of my family grew up in different parts. So they're a little more southern accents, whereas mine is a very... whereas my accent is a very suburban accent. So there's that whole thing. And also, when I was a kid, I didn't believe in any of that stuff. I was trying to put two and two together with the whole religion and what they believed, and I kept asking so many questions and people wouldn't answer my questions. And so when I wasn't getting these answers, I went for answers elsewhere, and that's when I actually started looking into other religions and other things that I can actually answer my questions. And I didn't necessarily go through a bunch of different religions and say, oh my god, I want to try this and that and this and that, but I did do a lot of research, and I tried to understand in different ways that I wasn't being taught. And it was actually around the time when I was 10 years old I found out that, going through old photo albums and everything, I found out that one of my ancestors was actually a witch, and she died because of something that had to do with witchcraft. I'm not going to go too much into that, but because of something that had to do with witchcraft. And it was really interesting to me, and I kept this in my mind for years and years and years and thought, wow, this is something that's really a part of my family history. And also the fact that a lot of people in my family have had paranormal things happen to them, and not necessarily unexplained, like they did kind of explain things to me, and there was a lot of these things where I was wondering, where is this coming from? We are, in my family, very susceptible to certain paranormal activities, paranormal things. Oh god, I'm not going to start this whole paranormal activity thing, but so many different paranormal things that happen to us that I equate to witchcraft being a part of my family. So when I learned this, it really started me thinking like, wow, witchcraft, I should look into this. And for a while I really did look into it, and I didn't necessarily practice because no one in my family practiced, so I didn't really have a base, structure, anything to work with. It wasn't until I was around like 17 where I started gaining my independence, and I realized that I needed to work on myself and my path, because with this, like, I would be able to do much more and really help myself and help other people. That is the reason that I chose paganism, because I had a connection with it. Not only did I have a connection with it, but I felt like I could do things with it. I felt like I could help with it. So a lot of people have this whole like idea of what pagans and witches are, the fact that they're evil and they worship like evil things, and no, that's not the truth at all. I am not a bad person. I am actually a pretty cool person when you get to know me. I mean, I'm not gonna like be like, oh my god, I'm amazing or anything, but I'm a good person. All I want to do is help people, help my family, help my friends, be a part of my family, be a part of my friendships, and helping other people understand different parts of me and people like me, and I want people to understand the fact that I, as a pagan and as a witch, am a good person, and I want you to understand what I'm about and why I'm doing this in general. I'm doing this for myself, really. I want to be able to understand more, and with this channel I'm helping myself help you guys, and with that we're helping each other. So basically, yeah, I'm a little afraid of showing this to everyone I know, because I know a lot of people aren't going to understand it, and I've just started gaining the friendships and gaining the relationships that with people that actually understand me and accept me for who I am, because they understand that people are different. People are always going to be different from you, and if you don't accept people for being different and unique, what's the point of anything? Because being normal is so boring. Being normal is like the worst thing ever. Like, you don't want to be normal. You want to be different. You want to strive for new things, because how are we going to innovate and create new things if we don't become those people that are strange and weird and create, I don't know, like Nikola Tesla, like creating magical things that people just don't even know, and you realize it's just technology, like things like that. I want to be one of those people that helps people just like lose that part of themselves that thinks that everything should be how it is. Everything should stay the status quo, because it really shouldn't. We need to, as people in general, just strive for more and learn more about ourselves and about the world and about the universe, because if we don't, then we're gonna be stuck. And if we're stuck, then that's just no fun. That's just no fun at all. So going back to the feeling of being afraid of people knowing what this is or what I'm doing, there's a whole stigma of witchcraft. There's this huge stigma of witchcraft about witches being evil, witches worshipping the devil, witches going to hell, and all of this stuff. And it's like, no, actually, that's not even any part of our religion or anything like that. First of all, pagans don't believe in the devil. There is no devil or any concept of the devil in our pantheon. There are some tricksters, I guess, that you can call them, but we don't necessarily worship them. They're just a part of, you know, a part of the world. There are people that are like this, therefore there are probably other beings that are like this, but it's not necessarily something that we worship or something that we like have. It's just something that we accept. There is good and evil in everyone. There is good and bad in everyone. It's just how the world is. It's just how things are. If there weren't evil, there wouldn't be good, because the world needs this balance of good and evil. You can see what's happening in our society right now. There are people doing evil things, but there are also good people counteracting that evil. And that in its own is helping us as a society coming back together in positivity and just wellness in general. Also, the concept of hell. There's no hell in paganism, but there is a pagan goddess named Hel who governs the underworld, which is everywhere everyone goes, the place where every single person goes when they die. It's not necessarily where bad people go or like whatever. It's just where people go when they die. And the heavenly sense is Asgard or Osiard, which is where the gods live. So, I mean, there is a bit of a duality. There is a bit of a connection between the Christian and pagan worlds in terms of like heaven and hell, but hell is just where everyone goes in the underworld, and heaven is just where the gods live. So there's no living with the gods or anything like that in the pagan sense. It's just you live in the underworld, gods live in the their world. That's that. So let me know if you guys have any issues with this as well. I know that I'm probably, because I'm experiencing this, I'm probably not the only one that has this issue. I did have a question of someone asking me how they should tell their Christian family, which is actually a part of the reason why I wanted to make this video. It is very, very hard. It's very difficult to tell anyone that you are a pagan. Not only a pagan, but a pagan that practices witchcraft. I have told people that I'm a pagan, but not everyone understood what that meant, and I just left it at that. I didn't explain anything because I know that it's one of those things that if someone dives more into it, they get these speculations and they start to judge you and they start to think that they know everything about you just because you've told them this one thing. It's not the truth. If you want to, you should tell people that you practice witchcraft and actually explain to them what that means to you, because it could mean something different to them. But just know that you have to be very, very careful in how you explain it, because even if you explain it very well, people will still probably have their own judgments, and that's just something that's going to happen. Like, it's not necessarily something that you can change. If they do accept you for who you are, that's amazing. That's great. I have gained so many people and so many friends that have accepted me for who I am. Finally, in this day and age, it's happening. It's really starting to happen. A lot of people are starting to just understand and accept everyone for who they are. But just know that you have to be very, very careful even still, because there are a lot of people that will judge you. The thing is, witches have been persecuted for hundreds and hundreds of years. Granted, it's not happening now, but it has happened. So it's something that it just needs to be carefully thought out when you do it. As in coming out in any sort of way, it has to be carefully thought out, just for your protection. Not only for your protection, but for the protection of other people too. Like, you don't want people thinking badly about other people, especially not badly about pagans who study witchcraft. So just help them understand in a way that benefits you both. And if it doesn't work out, then it doesn't work out, but just know that you've tried. And I'm still trying to get used to this, and I'm still trying to be comfortable with this, but it's all a learning process. It's probably going to take me a while to really be comfortable with sharing this with other people, but I'm so thankful that I have you guys, and I have everyone on YouTube that has watched my channel that just understands me and understands where I'm coming from. So if you guys have had this issue, if you guys have had stories of coming out as a witch, telling other people and explaining it to them in a positive way, please let me know, and just let me know how things are working out for you in general. Let me know if you have the courage to just tell everyone and just like screw everything and just say, I'm a pagan, I study witchcraft, that's that. Take it or leave it. You're gonna love it. If you don't, then it's okay, because I have other people that understand me, accept me for who I am, and just love me. So I'll leave you guys with that. Please let me know what you think in the comments below, and please subscribe. Thanks. I changed my background. What do you guys think? I think this is good. I want to do something different. I need to make some moves. I need to, I need to dance. I need to work on stuff. I need to make some changes. Let's make some changes. Let's all make changes together.